Hi guys, in this video I am going to share with you a very simple but effective method to practice any of your multidimensional awareness. So if you are somebody who is on this path and is interested in your spiritual awakening and you want to develop further your claircognizance, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, please stay tuned. This really works. You will see results. Welcome to my channel. My name is Susan. I was born clairvoyant. I had a really wild time growing up because of that. And finally, a near-death experience in 2017 clarified what I wanted to do, and now I am a mentor for spiritually awakening women. So again, if you're new here, welcome. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this clair by clair, and all of this there's a baseline here of how to proceed, which is whatever clair you're working with. And clair is the French word for clear. So that's where those words come from. Claircognizance is clear knowing, clairaudience, clear hearing, clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairsentience, clear feeling. And there are more, but those are the main ones we're going to talk about today. And my suggestion to you is we all have one that is most natural to us, and I would always urge you to start there. There's a reason that you are most oriented toward one of these. So just take a look at your life real quick, scan. Are you visual? Do you sing a lot? Are you hearing? Or are you somebody who can always intuit through their stomach what other people are really saying? Take a look, find your most natural intuitive path and start with that one. And this is what you're going to do. In thinking about any of these clairs, I want you to think about playing with the presence or absence of that clair. And that's how you're going to practice. So I'll give you an example. With my clairvoyance, that has to do with seeing, with light and darkness. That's kind of the building blocks of seeing. So to practice that, what I do in my own meditation is you can sit with your eyes closed, and then this actually helps if you're under some lights. But for clairvoyance, try this. Try meditating under lights, but with your eyes closed. And then you can play with this. Even with your eyes closed, you can go like this with your hands, keeping your eyes closed. And by doing that, you're kind of increasing and then down-tuning the light that's coming through your eyelids. You're playing with that baseline of light and darkness. And that's the template for all these clairs. So again, you want to take whatever that basis is for that clair, and you want to play with it. So with clairvoyance, you're going to play with that light and darkness. You're going to give yourself, almost like you're going to give yourself something to work with. So with your eyes closed, under those lights, moving your hands away, you're going to kind of get these subtle pulses of light through your closed lid. And those pulses of light in the darkness are going to help you kind of like coax you a little bit, give you a baseline of light to discern, to start sensing shifting shapes or images or whatever is going to come out of that. So if you're taking clairaudience, with that, that's sound. So if you're in meditation, play with it. You can do white noise. A lot of these apps on your phones, you can literally put like white noise and select your tone of white noise. So put some white noise on, or do meditation next to some running water, or like a little fountain with some burbling water, or maybe crack your door a little bit so you can just very subtly hear like some wind chimes or something. But the purpose there is to practice your clairaudience is to bring in kind of a baseline of sound. Give yourself that audio blank canvas to start practicing with. give yourself something to start practicing with. So again, for clairaudience, play with that. Bring in some calming, kind of monotonish sound for you to play with and sense into. Okay? With clairsentience, that's clear feeling. The next time you notice that it's appropriate, like let's say it's the weekend and you have a conversation with your mom and you hang up the phone and you're feeling really frustrated or really happy or whatever. The next time, if you want to think of your emotions like on a spectrum 1 to 10, the next time that you have the ability to hop in a meditation when you've hit like a 7 or above, it doesn't matter the emotion either, but hop in a meditation when you are emotionally at a 7 or above. So you've got that strong baseline of emotion there that you can sense into using your clairsentience. With claircognizance, try this. That's clear knowing. That's a lot of times people get like downloads or they're like, I don't know how I know that, I just do. Try picking like a historical figure and learning a little bit about that person. Like try to do some inspired writing. So let's say you put on a YouTube tape. Let's say you're doing Martin Luther King. You might want to try putting on, set your intention for this obviously, but then put on like a YouTube tape of Martin Luther King where you're kind of learning a little bit about him and you're in meditation and you're listening to this about him, but that you're allowing yourself to practice that claircognizance and fill in the blanks. Like get to hear enough about him. Like just maybe stop it after a couple minutes so you're kind of getting an idea of him, right? And then push into it from there. Give yourself a core to know of that being. But then stop listening to that and then push forward from that core of knowing. And that's kind of a cool thing too, is because with a lot of these historical figures, especially, you can actually use Google or whatever and check what you get. But take a being you don't know a lot about, learn just a core bit about that being, stop, and then practice from there. Try to intuit from there. Does that make sense? So whatever clair it is that you are working on, that you're interested in expanding and being able to gain more meaning from the information you're getting. We all want that. It's like we get stuff, but it's got to be able to mean something. So this is such a beautiful way of deepening whatever clair it is that you're working with. You take in a baseline of that clair and use it. Instead of depriving yourself altogether, with clairvoyance, you play with that light. You give yourself those differing bursts of lights through your closed lids. With clairaudience, you give yourself like some white noise or the sound of running water, as like an audio blank white canvas to kind of sense into. With the claircognizance, I just gave you that example to learn a little bit about a being, stop, and then push out from there. Clairsentience, you take any, 7 through 10 level emotion when appropriate and hop in a meditation. Drop in your heart and let yourself feel whatever comes up around that strong feeling and take it from there. This really works, you guys. It sounds simple. But I've also noticed when something does sound simple, it usually works, and I usually end up trusting it. And this really you will gain traction in this way by doing this. I'm excited to hear from you. Please give me a comment, let me know how this goes. This can really kind of break you out of what you may be perceiving as something of a plateau. That's never real, of course, but sometimes we kind of get into our own way and we are perceiving some kind of a block. This is a really great practice to dissolve any kind of frustration along those lines. So thank you for being here. Please like and share. And if you're a woman, I'd love to see you in Divining Women on Facebook. We do a live Q&A every Thursday night about all things spiritual. So join me there. Thank you so much, you guys. All my love, and take care.